Hughes, and today I'll be presenting my qualitative analysis of the pre-program focus group with the students participating in a summer bridge initiative at an HBCU. My presentation will cover the methodology I use, the codes that emerge from the data, how those codes developed into themes, and the major conclusions and implications we can draw from these transcripts. The data set for this analysis consisted of an audio recording and a verbatim transcript of student focus group conducted before the start of an academic program. The participants were approximately 8 incoming college students who discussed their math identities, study habits, experiences with schooling, and perceptions of community and future goals. I used a qualitative thematic analysis modeled after Brun and Clark's framework. I began by reading the transcript multiple times to familiarize myself with the data and the writing of the initial analytic memos. Next, I concluded open coding, labeling short segments of the text with descriptive codes that captured what each student was expressing. I then refined these codes into a formal code book and finally grouped related codes into broader themes. Although I analyzed manually, the process closely mirrored what you would do in Max QDA. In Figure 1, the code book, this figure represents my finalized set of 10 major codes. Each code reflects a reoccurring concept or pattern within the transcript. Some examples include math confidence and self efficacy, anxiety and fear of being wrong, growth mindset and persistence, math for future careers, safe spaces and racialized experience, and program design feedback. Developing the code book helped ensure that I interpreted and labeled the data consistently. It also created the foundation for determining which ideas were most central to the students' experiences. This bar graph shows the approximate frequency of each code. While frequency alone does not determine the importance, it does help illuminate the concepts that students return to repeatedly. The four dominant ideas were math confidence, future career relevance, community and peer support, and anxiety of or fear of being wrong. These patterns reveal that students are constantly negotiating how confident they feel in math, how much math matters for their futures, and how much they rely on peers to navigate feelings of uncertainty and anxiety. These codes group naturally into four broader themes: developing math identities, how students see themselves as math learners, including confidence, doubt, and desire to improve; community belonging and safe spaces, the emotional and social conditions that allow students to participate without fear or judgment; future orientation and opportunity, students believe that math is essential to their long-term goals and a gateway to professional success; program structures that support learning, the impact of instructional design, teacher interactions, and group size on engagement. These themes provide a holistic understanding of the student experience. The first two themes center around identity and belonging. In developing math identities, students express that they enjoy math and believe that they can succeed, yet many still carry the residue of being labeled, quote unquote, bad at math in earlier schooling. They often second guess correct answers and experience embarrassment when wrong. However, they also talk about gaining confidence through repetition and practice, suggesting a developing growth mindset. The second theme, community and belonging in safe spaces, were especially powerful. Students contrasted experiences at predominantly white institutions where they felt invisible or inferior with the comfort and affirmation they experienced at an HBCU. Here, being wrong is normal, questions are welcomed, and identity is not a barrier to participation. This environment makes academic risk taking possible. The third theme, future orientation and opportunity, shows that students view math as an essential to career success. Whether entering a STEM, nursing, business, psychology, or tutoring, math is perceived as a critical tool. Students are also willing to sacrifice giving up their last summer at home, sleep, and comfort to position themselves for a better future. This level of investment demonstrates strong internal motivation. The fourth and final theme, program structures that support learning, reminds us that motivation alone is not enough. Students thrive in a small group setting where teachers are approachable, explanations are clear, and mistakes are welcomed. In contrast to large lecture style sessions or condescending teacher attitudes, quickly shut down participation and reinforce negative identities. In conclusion, the students in this focus group are not lacking drive or talent. They are deeply motivated, future oriented, and ready to put in the work. What they need is the right context, one that supports their math identities, affirms their sense of belonging, and provides structures that make engagement safe and meaningful. This analysis shows that math success is not simply about content knowledge, it is about identity, community, and designing learning spaces where students feel seen, capable, and connected. Programs that invest in these conditions can significantly influence persistence in math and STEM pathways. Thank you so much for listening and have a great afternoon.